Hey there, Grease lovers! Today we're diving into the world of Grease, the iconic movie that defined a generation. Grease is a 1978 American musical romantic comedy film that became both a critical and commercial success, solidifying its place in film history. At the time, it became the highest-grossing musical film ever. The movie's soundtrack was also a massive hit, finishing 1978 as the second best-selling album in the U.S. One of the standout songs, Hopelessly Devoted to You, earned an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song at the 51st Academy Awards. We're going to check in on your favorite T-Birds and Pink Ladies, from John Travolta as Danny Zuko to Olivia Newton-John as Sandy. Who's still rocking the spotlight, and who's enjoying life outside Hollywood? Stick around because we've got some surprises, some major glow-ups, and even a few heartwarming moments you won't want to miss. Grease is the word, and today, we're bringing it back. Danny Zuko, played by John Travolta. All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving into the wild ride that is John Travolta's life and career. A journey packed with iconic roles, legendary dance moves, and yes, a fair share of scandals. Born on February 18, 1954 in Englewood, New Jersey, Travolta grew up in a large, showbiz-influenced family. His mother was a singer and actress, and his father was a semi-professional football player. So it wasn't a surprise when young John gravitated toward performing arts. He left high school at the age of 16 to pursue acting full-time. A bold move, but it quickly paid off. Before his big break in Grease, Travolta became a household name in the 1970s, thanks to his role as Vinnie Barbarino on the hit TV show Welcome Back, Kotter. But it was his role in the 1977 film Saturday Night Fever that truly launched him into stardom. His portrayal of Tony Manero, the Disco King, not only cemented him as a pop culture icon, but also earned him his first Academy Award nomination. Then, in 1978, came the role that would define his career for decades, Danny Zuko in Grease. Travolta's charm, swagger, and undeniable charisma made Danny Zuko the heartthrob of the 1950s high school scene, and the film became a massive success, grossing over $366 million worldwide. But what was Travolta's journey after Grease? Did you know that John Travolta, our iconic Danny Zuko, has faced some major controversies over the years? All right, let's get into some of the more controversial moments from John Travolta's life, which have definitely kept his name in the headlines for years. In 2012, Travolta found himself in a storm of allegations when an anonymous male masseuse filed a lawsuit against him, accusing the actor of sexual assault and battery. This incident sparked a media frenzy, and it wasn't the only controversy surrounding Travolta at the time. Around the same period, Travolta's former secretary, Joan Edwards, publicly claimed that the actor had been in a romantic relationship with Doug Gotterba, Travolta's former private pilot. Gotterba himself later confirmed the relationship, even hinting that he was writing a tell-all book about their time together. And then there's Travolta's connection to Scientology, the highly controversial religion he's been a vocal supporter of for years. We've all seen how Scientology has sparked heated debates, with stars like Tom Cruise making headlines and others, like Leah Remini, speaking out against it after leaving. Travolta's involvement with the religion has often been criticized, adding another layer to his public image. But the controversies didn't stop there. Travolta was also hit with claims of sexual misconduct from multiple men, including a masseur who alleged an incident at the Beverly Hills Hotel in 2012. Some reports even suggest he's been banned from certain spas because of similar allegations. These scandals, including Gotterba's public confirmation of their relationship and even talk of a book, have kept Travolta under a constant spotlight. Despite all this, Travolta remains a significant figure in Hollywood, but his personal life continues to generate buzz. Despite the controversies, John Travolta has built a massive fortune throughout his career, with an estimated net worth of $250 million. Talk about a comeback. He's also a licensed pilot, with the ability to fly a variety of aircraft, including the Boeing 707, 737, and 747. That's some serious flying skills. And let's not forget, he's got an impressive collection of planes to go along with his passion for aviation. After Grease, he went on to star in some of the most iconic films in Hollywood history. Fast forward to 1994, and boom, Pulp Fiction happens. I can't even tell you how many people still talk about Travolta's role as Vincent Vega. It was dark, it was quirky, it was classic Tarantino, and it earned him another Academy Award nomination, this time for Best Supporting Actor. If you haven't seen it yet, you're seriously missing out. Then, let's talk about Hairspray, 2007. Travolta as Edna Turnblad? I mean, what? But honestly, he crushed it. Not only was it a totally fun movie, but he also won a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. Talk about versatility.
And the winner is John Travolta. Get Shorty.
And guess what? He's not slowing down anytime soon. He's got a new movie coming out called Cash Out, directed by Randall Emmett. In Cash Out, Travolta portrays Mason, a master thief who is drawn back into the world of crime for one final heist. The narrative is gripping, filled with unexpected twists and adrenaline-pumping action sequences. The film also features performances by Kristen Davis and Lucas Haas, adding depth to the storyline. When it comes to John Travolta's love life, it's been just as high-profile and dramatic as his on-screen roles, filled with both heartwarming moments and heartbreaking challenges. Back in the mid-1970s, Travolta was in a relationship with actress Diana Hyland, who he met on the set of The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Sadly, that love story ended in heartbreak when Hyland passed away from breast cancer in 1977. Fast forward to 1980, and Travolta was romantically linked to French actress Catherine Deneuve. He also had a pretty famous on-again, off-again thing going with actress Marilu Henner, which finally ended for good in 1985. But then came Kelly Preston, the love of his life. They met in 1988 while filming The Experts, and they tied the knot in 1991. Together, they had 3 kids, Jet, Ella Blue, and Benjamin. However, their relationship wasn't without its heartache. In 2009, they tragically lost their son Jet to a seizure, which was a devastating blow. Then, in 2020, Travolta faced another unimaginable loss when Kelly passed away after a brave battle with breast cancer. But what do you think? Do you think the scandals have overshadowed his incredible legacy? Or do you still see him as the heartthrob from the 70s and 80s? What's your favorite Travolta movie or moment? Let me know in the comments below. Sandy Olson, played by Olivia Newton-John. Moving on, let's talk about the one and only Olivia Newton-John, the iconic Sandy Olson from Grease. You know her as the sweet, innocent girl who turned into the ultimate rock star in that legendary transformation. But did you know there's so much more to her story than just Grease? From her chart-topping hits to her battle with cancer and her incredible activism, Olivia's life has been nothing short of extraordinary. Born on September 26, 1948 in Cambridge, England, Olivia Newton-John was destined for stardom. She was already a huge name in music before she even stepped into the role of Sandy. With 4 Grammy Awards under her belt, she solidified herself as a music legend. Her impressive success includes 5 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, along with 2 #1 albums on the Billboard 200. If You Love Me, Let Me Know, 1974, and Have You Never Been Mellow, 1975. On top of that, she boasts 2 platinum-certified albums and 14 albums that have earned various certifications, including 2 2X Platinum and 2 Platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. This level of success speaks volumes about Olivia's impact on the music world and her ability to connect with fans across generations. But it was Grease, 1978, that truly launched her into superstardom, playing the sweet, innocent Sandy Olson opposite John Travolta's Danny Zuko. The film was a smash hit, and Olivia's performance, along with her duet with Travolta, You're the One That I Want, became one of the most iconic songs in movie history. Olivia Newton-John's life has been marked not only by her immense success in music and film, but also by her incredible resilience in the face of personal challenges. After battling breast cancer 3 times, she became a passionate advocate for breast cancer research. In 2012, she opened the Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Centre in her hometown of Melbourne, Australia, providing support and funding for ongoing research into cancer treatments. Her activism didn't stop there. In 1978, she canceled her concert tour in Japan to protest the dolphin killings related to tuna fishing practices. Her love for these majestic creatures led her to write and record the heartfelt song, The Promise, the Dolphin Song, for her 1981 album Physical in tribute to dolphins. Olivia also made headlines in the late 1970s when she and MCA Records filed a breach of contract lawsuit against the company, marking another chapter in her career of standing up for herself and her beliefs. Her passion for environmental causes led to her being appointed Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations Environment Program, where she worked to raise awareness on global environmental issues. Despite the difficulties, she continued to persevere. In 1992, after undergoing a breast cancer surgery, Olivia faced multiple challenges, including bankruptcy and the death of her father from liver cancer. But even then, she kept fighting. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about her relationships because, just like her career, Olivia's love life had its own set of ups and downs. Her first big love was Matt Lattanzi, a fellow actor and dancer, whom she met while filming the 1980 movie Xanadu. The two got married in 1984, and they were the picture-perfect couple for a while, even having one daughter together, Chloe Rose Lattanzi. But little did people know at that time, during her marriage to Matt Lattanzi, Olivia experienced 3 miscarriages, something she bravely spoke about later in life. These losses were devastating, and yet she kept moving forward, raising her daughter and continuing her career with grace. Then came John Easterling, a businessman and founder of the Amazon Herb Company, who entered Olivia's life in the early 2000s. After a whirlwind romance, they married in 2008, and their bond only deepened over the years, especially as Olivia faced her battles with breast cancer. John was by her side, providing unwavering support throughout it all. The two were often seen as one of the most solid, grounded couples in Hollywood. Now, let's wrap up with a fun fact that will totally surprise you. While we all know Olivia Newton-John for her iconic role as Sandy Olsen in Grease, did you know that she almost turned down the role? Yeah, that's right. Olivia wasn't initially keen on playing the sweet, wholesome Sandy. In fact, she wasn't sure about her chemistry with John Travolta, aka Danny Zuko, either. But here's the kicker. It was John Travolta who convinced her to join the cast. Olivia was hesitant about taking on the role, but Travolta, who had already been cast as Danny, called her up and personally urged her to take the part. Olivia said that her reservations were mostly about being pigeonholed into roles like Sandy and not being able to break out as an actress. But after a little convincing from Travolta and some reflection, she finally agreed, and the rest, as they say, is history. Isn't it crazy to think that if John Travolta hadn't made that call, we might never have seen that legendary Sandy and Danny duo on screen? Olivia Newton-John's journey has been one for the books, right? From Grease to fighting for cancer awareness, she truly is a legend in every sense of the word. But I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Olivia Newton-John moment or Sandy moment from Grease? Rizzo, Betty Rizzo, played by Stockard Channing. All right, now let's talk about Stockard Channing, the powerhouse actress who brought the unforgettable Rizzo to life in Grease. Now, Rizzo was the girl who had it all. Tough, sassy, and rebellious. But there was so much more lurking underneath that leather jacket. If you thought Rizzo was all sass and no heart, think again. Stockard Channing totally nailed the role of the tough, rebellious head cheerleader with a hidden soft side, and it quickly became one of the most iconic characters in film history. Born Susan Williams Antonia Stockard on February 13, 1944 in New York City, Stockard grew up surrounded by business and culture. Her dad was a big-time shipping executive, and her mom had Irish roots, so you know she was destined for greatness. She went on to attend Chapin School, then the Madeira School in Virginia, and finally Radcliffe College, where she graduated summa cum laude in 1965. Yup, this woman is smart. Now, Stockard wasn't always focused on acting. She majored in literature and history, but somewhere along the way, she caught the acting bug and decided to make it her career. After a brief marriage to businessman Walter Channing Jr., she kept his surname and hit the stage. In 1966, she made her acting debut with the Theatre Company of Boston. And by 1971, she was making her Broadway debut as a chorus member in Two Gentlemen of Verona. But don't think that was the only gig she had. She was building up quite the portfolio with Broadway roles like Arsenic and Old Lace and Play Strindberg. Talk about hustle. Her breakthrough, however, came in 1975 with The Fortune, where she played the female lead opposite Jack Nicholson and Warren Beatty. Though she earned a Golden Globe nomination for her performance, the film itself didn't land as expected. But it was her TV movie role in The Girl Most Likely to 1973 that truly showcased her unique talent. Stockard's portrayal of a woman who, after undergoing plastic surgery, takes revenge on the men who once ridiculed her, was a smart, sardonic character that felt ahead of its time. This marked the beginning of Stockard Channing's niche in Hollywood, playing sharp, offbeat characters that weren't afraid to show their vulnerability and wit. Now we all know that before Grease, Stockard had already built an impressive career on Broadway and TV, earning acclaim for her work. But did you know Stockard almost didn't get the role? Well, director Randall Kleiser initially had second thoughts about Stockard's suitability for the role. He thought she might be too mature for Rizzo, who's known for being sassy and rebellious. But after seeing Stockard's audition, he quickly realized that she had the perfect mix of strength and vulnerability to make Rizzo unforgettable. If Grease were made today, who would you cast as Rizzo? Would you go for someone who brings that same raw, real energy? Or would you go for a fresh take on the character? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now, beyond Grease, Stockard Channing continued to crush it in both TV and film. She went on to earn Emmy and Tony nominations, winning the Tony Award for her role in 6 Degrees of Separation. Her ability to tackle a range of roles, from comedy to drama, proves she's more than just the sassy Rizzo we know and love. In an article, Ben Lawrence expressed his admiration for the actress, and will quote, "If I could take life lessons from any celebrity, it would be Stockard Channing. She's smart in an accessible way, self-deprecating in a non-icky way, cynical in a nice way. It feels like the actress, now 73, but forever associated with the sassy-mouthed Rizzo in Grease." Throughout her life, she has kept a fairly private personal life, though she has been open about the challenges she's faced, including navigating the highs and lows of Hollywood fame and balancing her career with her personal values. She remains a respected figure in the industry, known for her sharp intellect, dry humor, and relatability. Kenickie, played by Jeff Conaway. Kenickie. The bad boy with the leather jacket and tough guy attitude was every girl's dream in the 50s. Well, in the movie world anyway. But who was the man behind the iconic Kenickie? Jeff Conaway was born on October 5, 1950 in New York City, and from a young age, he was drawn to acting. Like many of his peers, he got his start on Broadway before making his way to Hollywood. But it was his portrayal of Kenickie that really catapulted him to fame. His tough exterior and witty one-liners made him the perfect sidekick to Danny Zuko. And don't forget his iconic relationship with Rizzo. Their chemistry was electric, and you couldn't help but root for them, even when they were on the outs. However, there were some serious struggles Jeff faced off-screen. Despite his success, he battled addiction and struggled with a series of personal demons that would eventually take a heavy toll on him. It was after an injury in the Broadway production of the musical that Conaway developed an addiction to painkillers. Conaway later admitted on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew that his substance abuse issues started in his teens after years of physical and sexual abuse. These early experiences left deep scars, and he turned to drugs as a way to cope with the trauma. He revealed that the painkillers were initially prescribed to him after the injury, but over time, he found himself relying on them more and more. What started as a way to numb the physical pain quickly became a way to escape the emotional and mental struggles he was facing. But Conaway's life wasn't just defined by addiction. He also spoke openly about his battles with depression and the long-lasting effects of the abuse he had endured. Despite his fame, it was clear that behind the spotlight, there were constant battles he had to fight. His courage in opening up about these personal issues, especially on national TV, was eye-opening for many, and it highlighted the complex reality of addiction, especially for someone in the public eye. In 2011, just a few years after his public struggles with addiction, the Grease star was found unconscious in his apartment. A friend discovered him and immediately called for help. Conaway was rushed to the hospital, where it was revealed he was suffering from severe pneumonia and sepsis, conditions believed to have been worsened by his decades-long battle with substance abuse. In 2011, just a few years after his public struggles with addiction, the Grease star was found unconscious in his apartment. A friend discovered him and immediately called for help. Conaway was rushed to the hospital, where it was revealed he was suffering from severe pneumonia and sepsis, conditions believed to have been worsened by his decades-long battle with substance abuse. It's a tough reality to face, but it serves as a reminder that addiction and mental health struggles can affect anyone, no matter how iconic or beloved they may seem on screen. Jeff's story is a powerful one, and though he's no longer with us, his legacy lives on, not only through his work, but through his openness about his personal battles. Frenchie, played by Didi Conn. Did you know that Didi Conn's life and career took some unexpected turns after she made us all laugh as the pink-haired, lovable Frenchie in Grease? While Didi became an instant icon for her role as Frenchie, the fun-loving beauty school dropout, her real-life journey has been anything but easy. After the massive success of Grease, Didi found herself dealing with financial hardships in the 1980s, but she didn't let that stop her. She kept pushing forward, eventually gaining recognition for her ongoing work in both TV and film. But here's something you might not know. Didi's personal life has had its own ups and downs. She was married to Academy Award-winning composer David Shire for nearly 15 years, but their marriage ended in the mid-80s. Fast forward to today, and she's happily married to her second husband, Victor. Together, they've been deeply involved in charity work. One of the most inspiring aspects of Didi's life today is her advocacy for people with developmental disabilities, a cause that's near and dear to her heart. After her son, who has autism, was born, she became an advocate, using her platform to support causes that truly matter. Though her journey hasn't been without its challenges, Didi Conn continues to shine as an advocate, a loving mother, and, of course, as the unforgettable Frenchie, who's left a lasting mark on pop culture. And that's a look at the Grease cast, then versus now. It's amazing to see where life has taken these iconic stars since their time in Rydell High. From big career changes to personal milestones, they've truly had some incredible journeys. Which transformation surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video about your favorite stars.